Hello and welcome to episode 96 of Shakhtar to Glory. And yes, you've guessed it from that little pre-intro that I'm hoping future me puts in at the start, and from the screen in front of you right now, we did skip all through the league games that were between here and now, and we've gone straight to the Champions League final. So yeah, episode 96, if we do end the series with this game, or with this season certainly, we're probably not going to get into that 100 mark. That would have been quite a nice achievement, unless we do carry on the series, and I've got a few ideas which, depending how this goes, I may chuck them on at the end. If we lose this and it's all moot, we go again next year. So yeah, last time out we had PSG at home. Seriously, I said it a few times on a few episodes, but go back and watch that episode. I mean, the result, the turnaround, well, the last two episodes, the last two PSG games, go back and watch those. The disparity between the two games, two matches, the two performances from both teams, really. I mean, we absolutely blew PSG away at home, and yeah, wow. I mean, I had to try and be quiet because family asleep upstairs. That's kind of similar now. Wife's just gone to bed, daughter's fast asleep, so do have to be a little bit quiet still. But yeah, today we've got Juventus in the Champions League final, which is at Old Trafford, and obviously Real Madrid are the holders. We saw that clip at the start. They beat us last year. Wasn't great. So let's have a look at what we've done in the meantime. I mean, the league was won, so I didn't really feel as much point showing anything, and yeah, there wasn't really much point showing anything, and it's been quite a bit of a breeze, really. So we started off with a 3-1 win against Ilichevets. I mean, it was an easy game, really. We completely rotated all these 4 matches. I mean, we haven't rotated during the matches. We've pretty much put a weak team out and kept them playing for those 4 matches, and just rested everyone for the Champions League in that whole time. Tried to get players back from injury, tried to stop any more injuries occurring. We have had a few, fortunately, not to anyone key, I don't think. So Suazo got one very early on in this game. Got a penalty from Kovalenko to make it 2-0, and then Strand Larsen continued his run of goal scoring form to get a third. They did pull one back on 54, but it was very much just a consolation. They were never really in the game. Slightly tougher test, Zoya away. We did end up winning 3-1 with the rotated team. Campino got 2 either side of another Strand Larsen goal, and Yuri got a penalty for them in the middle to equalise, actually, to make it 1-1. But again, weren't really in the game, and we did more than enough to warrant a 3-1 win. Chernomorets away, again easy, 4-0. Rodrigo got on the score sheet, another penalty from Kovalenko this time, and then Mattia gets on the score sheet, and Larsen again. I mean, I think he's pretty much scored every game he's played this season, which is absolutely phenomenal, and he doesn't really fit the system, doesn't really fit the team, but he comes in, plays that poacher role in the 3 up front, and, well, by Lord is he delivering. Whether he will against the bigger teams, because he does miss a couple as well, I'm not too sure. We then played Zoya again like 11 days after the first time. We bettered it this time. We beat them 4-1. Campino with a couple of goals, Rodrigo and Strand Larsen again. They did get one back to make it, I think it was 2-1. But again, another easy performance. I mean, they're a defender that made, I think, 2 or 3 mistakes for our goals. Certainly 2 of them, possibly 3 of them, that led directly to goals. And then the 3rd or the 4th one, another defender made a catastrophic error as well. So all our goals come from their defensive errors, which, considering how defensive they were set up, 4 at the back, 2 defensive midfielders and a centre midfielder, it was very, very compact. But we did the job, and that's all we could ask for, really. I don't think there's much else to talk about in what's happened or anything else. So what we'll do, we'll jump into the game, and your next cut will be the lineup where the team we're playing Juventus today, hoping to get that win and get that trophy. So bear with me shortly. Bear with me a second. The next cut was supposed to be the lineups, but there was one thing I quickly wanted to do, and that was take a quick look at the Juventus team. We'll have a quick look at the form here. So they're a bit inconsistent, strangely. We'll have a look at their fixtures and what they've done. They've got a few players ineligible, and I think a couple injured. We're missing Leo, Kovalenko and Alberto. I mean, they've been missing for a little while now, so not hugely surprising. They are still favourites, though, of course. We'll see why shortly. So manager is Luis Enrique. Not sure how long he's been there. Let's have a look. He's been there... How long has he been there? So Juventus since 2018 so very early on, and as I think we saw, we'll have a look at the league in a minute. So they have just won the Serie A by 5 points over Milan and Napoli. Quite clear of fourth place at Lazio, but as you can see, they have won it every year. They haven't got anyone in the top goal scorers. Average rating is Alexandro. I'm surprised he's not a key player, actually. I did notice it wasn't him. We'll have a look at that shortly as well. Sandro, player of the match. Clean sheets, yeah, obviously. Donnarumma's still at Milan. Doesn't happen very often. And nothing there to look at. But yeah, very good team. Obviously, Champions League final was never going to be an easy game, was it? Let's be honest. So that's Luis Enrique. Yeah, we know what we're up against. Their key player isn't Alexandro. I think it was at least a couple of games ago. I think possibly even during the draw. This Berat Nusa has taken it over, and he's a wonder kid from Switzerland. And yeah, he looks a bit decent, doesn't he? He's not too bad. He's been playing fairly regularly for them. So he signed him for 15 million from Basel. Had a good first season in Italy. My word, as he progressed this second season, he's bumped up his average rating. He's got some goals. He got some assists. A couple of players in the matches. Maybe we would have thought more from a key player, more than two, but for a team that's won the league as well. But I mean, they've got quality all over, so it's not, a huge surprise. Tactically, if they go with what they're looking at, obviously the lineup will change a little bit, but they've got a few players missing. But we're looking at a 4-3-3 or 4-1-2-2-1, however you want to look at it. They do have our player Marino on loan, but obviously he won't be able to play. But I don't think he's registered for Europe anyway. He hasn't played in. Has he played in Europe? I don't think he's played in Europe this year. He's barely played in the league. He has done. Yeah, no, he's probably not going to come back to us and doing anything for us. He's probably going to be an out. Win, lose or draw. Obviously, there's no draw. Win or lose today. Whether the season ends or not, I'm probably going to carry on playing this save. We'll discuss all that at the end of the game. We'll see. It's pointless talking about anything at the moment. I'm doing a lot of hand gestures here for no reason because I haven't got obviously a camera on at the moment. So that's their tactics. Let's have a look at players. Who have they got sort of stands out? So Zechny still there, 32 now. Thomas Meunier. We've got Caldara. I think he signed from Fiorentina. No, well off Atalanta. They've got Alexandro, that Nusa bloke. Bentancur's still there. He's from Boca Juniors. I think he's signing for real life though. Dada is there. Piaka's still there. Elianusi is there. I think he's at Southampton now, isn't he? Elianusi. Higuain's still there at 34, just banging the goals in. I think he's had a decent season. Obviously not in the top goal scorers, but he's still hitting double digits. I think he's hit double digits every year. He's bounced back up after this last season, but they have been sort of generally declining a little bit. But still, someone we've got to be wary of. His pace has dropped quite a lot as well. Pjanic is still there at 32. Bareka's there. Mandzukic is still there at 36 as well. Kevin Campbell's unregistered. Duncan's unhappy, not playing really. And a couple of players out on loan. So I think that's kind of gives us an idea. I'd say the Real Madrid team is probably a bit stronger. We played them last year. I was sort of content in that Real Madrid game, thinking we were going to have a chance, and obviously events conspired against me. You've seen that in the highlights package at the start, and if you've watched that episode, you know what I mean. Yeah, it wasn't great, but this Juventus team, I don't think there's as much quality. Obviously, they've beaten Real Madrid to get here, and they've got here as well generally, so they must be decent. But they're a bit of an aging team, possibly a team that's going to have to start transitioning into a new generation, and they don't have that many young players and young blood around. Really, they're all sort of mid to high 30s and 30 plus. So it's kind of a youth against experience this final. So we'll see who comes out on top. But the next cut now will be the squads, the lineups even. So here are the lineups that both teams are going with, and there's a few players I didn't pick out in Juventus that I've just noticed, but we'll look at that shortly. Our lineup, I think, is pretty much identical to the PSG game. Possibly Petrak and Espesh were switched around. Baggio has returned from injury just in time to be on the bench. I think he was on the bench for the last league game, so we brought him on for some time to try and get him a little bit sharper. Rodrigo's back on the bench. We've got quite a strong bench. We've got Yalda Silva can play left or right back. Jabelsi's a good right back. I was going to play him and thinking he probably is our first choice generally, or looking to get there. But Lukačević just in this tactic and formation just offers so much going forward that it would be silly to leave him out. We've got Solis and Barco, so we've got a little bit of strength all over. We haven't got the players really to switch to another system if we need to. I mean, I suppose we can put Rodrigo on the left, Paulinho can go on the right, and I suppose we can make it work, and Barco can come in and things like that. Baggio can come in. There are options. They're going with Higuain up front, Mandzukic and Bernardeschi. Again, not a very... I mean, he's 28, so he's not too bad. He's getting to his prime, but he's not young. And obviously Mandzukic, he's got to be, 36, did we say? 36. Still got decent pace for 36-year-old. 12. He's going to be, I'm presuming, a wide target man or something like that. He's going to be playing. They've got Higuain, we mentioned. I think he's got 8 pace or something. Yeah, I looked at him. I was looking at maybe trying to bring him in next season, but no. Pjanic in the middle, Nusa, Dada, Alexandro, Caldara, Douglas. I thought Douglas was out on loan, but maybe I was just looking at him. So he's a defensive midfielder playing centre back. That's very interesting. He signed this year for 27 million. Not had the best of seasons. Possibly because he's playing centre back. I'm not sure. Have they not got another centre back? And Marino is on the bench. Oh, he can't be coming on and scoring against us, surely. How is that allowed? How is that allowed? Is there different rules in the Champions League or something? Maybe there must be. Mario Fernandez, the CSK right back in real life, and Szczęsny in goal. So yeah, I'm quietly confident, but we'll have to see how it goes. So without further ado, let's just get into it. Now, in the league, the We Should Challenge team to go out and prove a point has not been working very well, but that was with the backup brigade. So I don't know if that's maybe part of it, but we're going to go passionate. Now we're going to stay calm. We're going to keep him calm. Do we have any... That didn't really work, so we're going to try and salvage it. They apparently don't care about the fans. Well, Kvitsov does. When he's probably the only Shakhtar homegrown lad left out there, pretty much. So not surprising. We're going to go passionate now. A lot more to come from you. That did the job. We should have done that from the start. So the red outline there, something to do with us being at Old Trafford, perhaps. I'm not too sure. Is it the Man United? It's not really Man United colours. But the first highlight is to them. It's Pjanic for the corner and Bernardeschi headers straight over the bar. So first blood in the attack goes to Juventus, but a meaningless attack really. And it's Juventus again with a throw-in on our side, and we're not really marking up here. But we get the head... Oh, no, it's dropped. And a great save there by Lunin. But they've still got possession, but thankfully the highlight peters out. But what a save that was from Lunin. A couple of bounces in the box. And we got away with that one. And the old boys are giving us a bit of grief, but here's where we come. The pace springs. Romero, can he find Paulinho at the back? He does. 1-0. Get in. Get in. Try to be quiet. Try not to let it go too over the top. For one thing, I don't want to wake anyone up, and if she is still awake, I don't want to call them in, not bed. For screaming at celebrating a goal in a game, in a database, in Excel spreadsheet. She doesn't understand. You do, though. That's the main thing. 1-0. 15 minutes in. So it's another highlight starting with Juventus. It's a throw into them, and it's working in, but we do clear it, and here's where it's dangerous. On the break again, the pace. Paulinho. Can he return the favour? It's down to Mohamed, and he buries it top bottom corner. It's 2-0. We've scored 2 goals from 2 shots. We are hitting them on the breaks so hard. They just don't know what to do with us. The front three are just causing all sorts of problems. The pace and the speed that we've got getting it forward. Paulinho finds Mohamed and he just levers it first time. Well, he doesn't lever it, he places it bottom corner. And Szczęsny has absolutely no chance. As we get to half time, I'm very happy with that. 2-0 lead, 4 shots on goal, on target from 5 shots. We've kept them fairly limited in their chances. Obviously the possession isn't there, but we know that. The percentage of the pitch, it says we're getting overrun. Yeah, we maybe are, but we're 2-0 up, so it isn't doing too badly. We're going to keep them calm, keep it going. That does the job. Well, I'm happy with that. Go out second half and same again. That's really what we're looking for. Hurtado, we'll give him maybe another 5-10 minutes and give it off. The centre backs are dealing with Higuain as well. And Mohamed is through again. He beats his man, skins him. He plays it back to Romero for some reason. He's placed it. All 3 strikers, I think, have now scored. And I think they've all assisted each other. I think all 3 have got goals. I think all 3 have got assists. And I mean, Szczęsny shouldn't be being beat at his near post there, admittedly. But that's a great ball through from Mohamed. And he's through one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Oh, it's a tackle. Okay, I thought he passed. And I don't know what Szczęsny's doing there. But it's beating his near post. So I don't care. We're 3-0 up. And this looks like the hoodoo has finally come to an end. We are finally going to win the Champions League. We've progressed every year. We've never gone out earlier than we did the year before. You know, we had a couple, I think, first knockouts. We had a couple of quarters, but then if we went out the first round, we went to the quarter next season. If we went out the quarters, we either equalled it or went to the semi next season. We've had a couple of semi-finals. This is the second final, and we're through again. 4-0. What is going on? What is this team? What is this team? What is this team? I mean, we've seen them in some of the away legs, like how awful we can be. I mean, that's just a terrible bit to finish. Just left the ball and stacked it. Did he put that through Zetchi's legs? And we've seen some terrible performances, like I was saying, against PSG away. Liverpool away wasn't the greatest, but we brought them back home and we've seen the complete other side. And tonight is just the epitome of that. Just complete destruction of the champions of Italy, and like the dominating champions of Italy for the whole time we've been playing this save and before. No teams sort of got close to them. I mean, they might have done points wise, but they've never done it. And Mohamed, it should be 5. We're going to start thinking about making changes now, because we don't want to be going down to 10 men. We're going to pause the game. Who are we going to bring off? So I think Hurtado being in the middle of the park is a obvious one, really. Yalda Silva, not the best suited for out there, but he can do it. And up front, Baggio is going to come on as well. I'd have preferred to have the original Baggio, the ponytailed legend, who's now in FIFA, I think, this year. So that'd be an interesting one. Try and get him if I do go into FIFA this year. I'm not too sure, but it might be the first year in a while I don't. But if he can become half as good as that original Baggio, R1, we're in for a hell of a player. We've said it before. He's not quite delivered just yet, but he's had a few injuries, not broken the monopoly in the striking positions just yet. But they get one back. It's Bentancur. I mean, it's a bit too easy. There's 4 or 5 players back there. None of them are actually marking him. They're just huddled in the centre having a bit of a mother's meeting. We make the changes now. Oh, we're on the break again. I mean, Baggio, can he find the ball? No, he finds it attack. He's more likely to find the pass, but he plays it back sensibly to Valadares. We're just keeping the ball nicely. And some of this play again now, really, really nice play. Lukacevic, Romero gets tackled, unfortunately, and they have a chance to try and break on us, but they're moving out quite slow and very slowly. And I can't think of the word I was thinking of then, but sort of just trotting along. But they're a bit of pace now. Velianusi whips the ball in, and Van der Kraan has scored 2. And it's 4-2, and it's not looking quite as comfortable as it was a couple of minutes ago. All this gloating and celebrating and being happy and cheering, and it's not over. I did think it was, to be honest, with the time left and how we were playing. The subs we've made, that did come down our left, where Yao da Silva's just come on. He's not a natural out there. He can play left back, but not wing back so much. But Lukacevic here, he's in acres of space. Can he find Romero? Not so much. He's closing it down, but nice ball out to Sandro, and they can build again on us here. They sort of trundle about in the back, but then when they get forward, they do have the pace to do stuff then. But Tello, man possessed, just breaks down, but the ball out is bad. Oh, and Romero's through here. It's a mistake by them now. Whips it in, and Baggio can't quite get on the end of it, so actually claims. I'd like to think we've got this under control and handled. We're through again. Mohamed, he's scored again. Romero with the assist, 5-2. I mean, what a Champions League final. What a Champions League final. Just a boot up front by Selection. He doesn't go where it needs to go. Romero brings the ball down expertly and slides through Mohamed. And the goal scoring form he's been in recently, he's not missing those. 5 minutes to go. They need 3 now. I think we're pretty much safe. I'm going to go to 3D because I'm hoping it will show the trophy at the end. We haven't seen one yet. I've never done it or remembered to do it. I've remembered today. Hopefully we see it. Baggio whips it forward to Romero. Is it through again for number 6? He only has. It's an assist by Baggio, and it's 6-2 against Juventus. I mean, this has got to go down as... It's got to be close to our best performance, hasn't it? Some of the early ones when we were beating some of the big boys, and it was really against the run of play and surprising, and you could say maybe some of those. There's the 5-1 or 6-1 against Bayern. That's up there. This, in the context, it's a final. It's Juventus. It's the champions of Italy. It's got to be, isn't it? Let me know in the comments. What do you think has been our best performance? If you've been watching the whole series, let me know. And we see the trophy. Well, we see some sort of highlight. I can't really see a trophy there. Is it in his hands? Yeah, it's in his hands. There we go. The black and gold ticker tape. The boys go wild, and they'll be partying in the streets of Donetsk tonight. 6-2. Paulinho on the 16th minute, then Mohamed on the 30th, 67th and 85th, and then Romero on the 57th and 93rd. I mean, you can't look at that and say we didn't deserve that. We absolutely did. Especially come on and didn't have the best games. His passing was a little bit lacklustre. But playing a match side in Mohamed, unsurprisingly, he got the hat-trick. He didn't get any assists, actually. I thought he assisted, he didn't. But Romero got 2 assists, Baggio got 1. And Paulinho got 2 goals, and then he got a goal and 2 assists. So not a bad day at the office for all those front players. Even Baggio coming, he only got a 6.9, but he piped up with an assist. What a great result. So now we just need to think, right, I don't want to just say we appreciate their efforts. It's a bit better than that. Congratulations, boys. Enjoy these moments. You deserve it. Absolutely. So we'll leave that game there. And we've got a little bit of talking to do, I guess. So we'll just quickly have a look. Celebrate the double. It's the league. We've still got the cup to come. We've actually still got another episode after this. What we'll be doing about we have got another episode at least in this series. So we've got the KIOTA game. We've got Rapid Vienna, which I think is a testimonial. Maybe not. That might be next season. I saw one got arranged. It's for Kvitsov, but maybe not. We got Zerka in the cup final, so we're coming back. We're going to play the KIOTA game, but we are going to come back for the cup final against Zerka. We'll play that one. We'll see if we can add another trophy, get the treble this season. But I don't know if to talk about it here in this video or the KIOTA video, where this series goes. I think it's here because the challenge has been technically completed here, but we are going to come back for that game. I'm going to leave it to you. Do you want me to bring any more Shakhtar stuff in? I'm looking at having a big overhaul in the summer. There's so many players in our books at the moment. There's so many out on loan. It's very much a Chelsea thing going on. Just like we've got about another 4 or 5 teams out on loan. It's absolutely ridiculous. So looking at selling them, getting the money in, see what we can do. Maybe there's other things that this challenge can then take. Again, we've got the World Club Cup next season. We're going to have the opportunity to defend our Champions League title. Can we do that? Maybe going for that legendary status if we don't get it. Maybe trying to build a team from the academy. We've got a good few players to build it around. And if we can get a few more over the next couple of years, we could see that really take fold and literally just try and rely on that as much as possible. That could be something. So let me know in the comments what you think about that. If you've got any ideas yourself, ways the series can move forward. Because I'm probably not going to start another series now before FM19. There's not much time. It wouldn't really get going, wouldn't really get the traction. So I'm thinking we either just carry this one on or we just stop here. And I'll do some other bits. Maybe do some experiments, stuff like that, possibly. But again, it's up to you, the viewers. So let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. I mean, either way, I'm probably going to carry on playing this save. So I may be, even if I don't do much, I may bring the odd little video out maybe every week or every so, just seeing how it's progressing and what the team's doing. Or maybe just I'll do a separate save off of this save and just resign and just go forward 5 years, 5 or 10 years and just see what's happening with the team and what's happening and see what's going. So just let me know what you want to see. If there is anything you want to see, let me know in the comments. While you're there, drop a like on this video. I mean, if we can't get a like for winning the Champions League final, what can we get a like for? And while you're there, drop a sub. The playlist is there if you want to go back and look at any of the episodes I've talked about. They're all marked out in the playlist. Yeah, just let me know. So until next time for, well, the cup final against Zerka, which could well be the last proper video of the series on the channel for Shakhtar to glory. I'll see you later. Take care. And I'm ecstatic we've won the Champions League. Get in.